Well, hello and welcome to Enduring Journey to Bliss. I wanted to give you guys a highlight or an update on this particular Oncidium. This Oncidium is part of a group they call Dancing Ladies, and I will explain that a little bit more in a moment. I'm going to go ahead and pull her down from where she's growing at. But before I actually take her down, I wanted to give you kind of a shot of her amazing roots. She has so many roots. So yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll take her down and we'll get a close-up. So I have taken her down and here she is. She's quite beautiful. When my mother was alive, this was her very favorite orchid. She loved how the flowers looked like little ladies in a nice dress. See if I can get that to focus. So the bottom petiole looks kind of like the bottom of a skirt, kind of comes small like the lady's waist, and then this area is kind of like her arms and her chest area, and then her head, and then like a headdress. So they really do look like little dancing ladies. Sadly, there is no scent on these particular orchids. I wish there was. At times, there is kind of like a plant green kind of a scent almost on occasion, but it's nothing to write home about. It's very faint, and it's not all the time. I think it probably has to do with temperature, but that's a guess on my part. I'm not a botanist, so I'm not sure why. But yeah, so she is doing quite well. This is my mother plant. I have two other of her starts. And these are older spikes that she's given me in the past. This is an older pseudobulb. It has lost its top leaf here, and all the energy, the reason it's shriveled is the energy was going into roots, and the energy was going into the development of this new pseudobulb so that we could have new leaf growth and a new spike with gorgeous blooms. And that's just the life cycle. And I have taken starts off of her, like I mentioned. I'm going to gently spin her around. So she's currently in a bark growing environment, but I wanted to give you a close-up of her pseudobulb. And you can see how this pseudobulb is quite a bit smoother looking, because this is the new pseudobulb. As she matures, she'll wrinkle like these other two pseudobulbs. And this leaf up here, that will drop. In fact, one of the leaves is already starting to turn right here. And this is all normal. This is not anything concerning at all. And I have not seen, although I see one now that I pulled that down. So if you can see it, I am hopeful right above my thumb. You see that tiny right there? That could very well become a new pseudobulb. That is how they start. You don't want to hurt it. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. Yes, there we are. So that should continue to develop and become the next pseudobulb for this particular plant. She's a very reliable bloomer for me, and has been since I got her. I believe I got her in 2021. I don't have the tag any longer, but I moved into this current home in 2021, And around this time of 2021, she was in bloom. And she blooms for me very reliably. I do have 2 starts that I have taken from her. As I mentioned, she kind of grows in a climbing method. Many Oncidiums, well, not many, but there are Oncidiums that do this. So as you can see, the oldest one is way down here, pseudobulb, and then it grew up, and here's one here, and then that grew up. There's one there, and then that grew up. You see how it's coming up every time? Up. And then off of this one is the most recent one. I'll give it a little spin. And from this one, the most recent one came up. And then from that one, the very most recent, again, it came up. It didn't climb quite as high as the others had, perhaps, but it is still an upward trajectory. And so as it climbs up like that, you can divide. And in this one, if I were to do it, but I'm not, I think she needs a little bit more recovery time from when I've divided her previously. But I would probably come and I would keep the newest. I would keep this one. And I would keep this one. That's the most recent 3. And I could cut it between this one and this one. I could cut right down in here. Right down in here, I could cut. And then these 3, 1, 2, and 3, would become a new division, a new start. And I've done that twice already with this plant. So, but the blooms are awful cute. They're quite endearing. They do look like little dancing ladies. And hence that kind of common little themed name of dancing ladies. They are in the Oncidium Alliance, and they're just quite quaint. I love them. So, hope you all are having a wonderful day. And whatever you do to find your bliss on your journey, I hope you're able to partake in that. Please feel free to come back again. I just love these little blooms. Have a wonderful day. Take care.